Okay. Y'all used to get booked together a
And
lot.
me, and me,
Yeah.
and me and Cortez was friends. Me and Cortez was friends. I gave a lot to Cortez as
Okay.
Cortez. Me and Cortez was like co-partners. I gave a lot to Cortez as well as Cortez gave a lot to me. But I felt like Cortez basically was not fighting was not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He was not a fighter. You know, at some point I thought he was like stalemated. You know, he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to stand up for himself. And it seemed like I was always standing up for Cortez.
Okay.
I was
Um.
fighting everybody. I was fighting Ashley. I was fighting everybody on Cortez behalf. I was
Okay.
I was the I was the go-to person.
Okay. All right. And so, what's your friendship like with Cortez today?
I mean, I like Cortez. I mean, Cortez. He was always uh, as now. Cortez used to be very messy.
Okay.
I mean, Cortez used to be just as messy as me. You know what I'm saying? So, but Cortez decided that he didn't want to do that no more. He wanted to go another path. But I felt like if it's working, why fix it?
If it ain't broke, why fix it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, if it ain't broke, why fix
All right. So you continue to do you. How did you
it? Yeah.
come to? So, all right. Let me ask you something. There's always been a sort of thing about you in regards to the from the whatever that was. Like I know you've probably done it 100 times, but just set the record straight for maybe the people that don't know exactly what that was and what happened with that.
Um, that was a hustle at the time. You know,
Okay.
that was a hustle at the time. I was hustling at the time. It was like greed. You know how you see money and you want money. I've always came up under money. My daddy was a millionaire. So when my dad died, and my stepmother took everything. See, a lot of people don't know the stories to keep up that same lifestyle. So at first I started out as a driver, taking the boosters around, like different people
Okay.
around for the Arabs. I was working for the Arabs, and I started taking people around to do certain things. Then I seen the money start looking good. You know how you do, the money was just lucrative. So I decided I wanted to get into the money part of it. And that's what I did. I became a hustler in that. But I always told my story and stood on my story way before anybody even told my story. So so wait on Facebook. So for them to think they found something or told something that was never told on a bigger scale, it was no shock because I've always lived in my truth. So if I did it and I stand on it, you know.
That was initially brought out to embarrass you. Who was the one that brought that out? And did you were you ever
Ashley and Receipt Queen. Receipt Queen thought she had something, and Ashley thought they had something on me because Ashley see what I did not know who Ashley was. Ashley, when I got with Cortez, I didn't know because I initially never talked about nobody's children. I never had went that deep. I thought doing that was the worst thing you could ever do when it comes to dead people and dead things and doing all that. I thought that was the worst thing that you could ever do. Person, I it was. So she came after me because of Cortez. She came after me because of Cortez, because I was defending Cortez. So she started talking about my dead grandbaby. The first thing she did was talk about my dead grandbaby. So when she talked about my dead grandbaby, and took that innocent thing, and I was going for a period of time. That was the worst thing that could even happen to me at that particular time. And she used that particular moment to throw at my dead grandbaby. So I went after her, 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 her potato baby, whatever it was, or whatever it came about. We don't know if it was a real baby. We don't know if she she decided after me and her I got as deep as she went with the situation because I told him I dig it up and put it on the step and after she talked about my dead grandbaby, it all gloves was off, you know. And that was my first time really realizing that the internet can be very vicious. That if I was gonna stay in the game, I had to be just as vicious as they was.
And so you decided to begin a rhetoric where you had no holds barred.
Like, no, no
Um,
hold, no hold, no. I don't. Yes,
all
yes.
right, so there were rumors that it was TVs or it was dog food, and that you can't go back to Walmart. Can you just clear that up for
That's
the
a
man?
that's a lie. That's a lie. And yes, it was one bag of dog food because you know why it was the bag of dog food? That was the getaway. They didn't name all the stuff that was worth the money, the $10,000 that 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 was actually taken. They didn't name that. They didn't want to prove that fact. $10,000 worth of dog food. Why would I steal $10,000 worth of dog food? The dog food was one bag of dog food worth $15. And matter of fact, actually, I had paid for the dog food because the dog food was the only thing I paid for when I walked through the checkout line.
Um, are you allowed to go to Walmart that were
Yeah,
birds?
yes, I go to Walmart anytime I want to. That's a
So
lie.
did you go to jail, prison, get probation? Whatever happened to that?
No, I went to jail. I went to jail, and I had to pay restitution back to them, but they dropped the charges on that particular um, 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 case because they went to find out what happened to the case. You know, if a person like the Sea Queen are actually gonna dig, they gonna dig, and they dug and found out the case was dropped.
No. Okay. Well, so
And
so
and,
moving.
and, and, and they didn't really dig further. No, if they would have dig further, no, further, then that I had 12 cases of Walmart, 12, all
Let's
over
just
the, all over every state. I mean, many states. So they didn't dig further enough.
all right. So they dug it up, tried to expose you. You let it bounce off you, and you shook back, and you still maintained doing your internet stuff. Right now?